Hey guys, welcome to another lesson. My name is Paul Muthua, and in this lesson, we're going to be talking about basic chords. Okay, so just before that, if you haven't checked out my previous lesson titled Piano Lesson for Complete Beginners, be sure to check it out. Okay, so let's dive right in. So, what is a chord? So, a chord is basically a collection of notes which are played at the same time. So, we have notes. So those are notes. Single. So those are single notes. Now when you have three notes played at the same time, you form a basic chord called a triad. Okay, so that's our basic chord, and that's a triad. Okay, so just before we get into chords, I wanted to share with you some exercises for your major scale. Okay, so so you need to have this because you can't play without knowing your major scale. Okay, so an exercise I used to do is okay, then I shift and I continue. I reposition my fingers and I continue. Then again I reposition my fingers, then back, then back, then again. Okay, so make sure you're using a metronome as you're doing this. So okay, so make sure you start with one hand and once you've gotten that, you can, with your right, then combine both hands. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing I wanted to share with you is something called the number system. So the number system is something if you haven't heard of it, you're gonna hear it. So it's very popular. So the number system, so how to understand the number system is every note in a scale has a number associated with it. So in your major scale, all these notes have numbers. So since that's the beginning, we have that as our 1. Okay, that's our 2, that's our 3, that's our 4, that's our 5, that's our 6, that's our 7, and this is called 8 or 1 because you're back at the beginning. So this is you're back to C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 1. Okay, so yeah, so make sure you know your number system because we're going to be using it. Okay, so let's go to the chords. So our focus today will be 4 major triad chords. We're going to be doing the 1 chord, the 4 chord, the 5 chord, and the 6 chord. Okay, so why do we do these chords? Because once you've learned these chords, you can play, a ton of chords because so many songs use these chords, okay? So once you know this, you can start playing your own songs. So let's go to the 1. So on the right, you're going to play, just use any finger. you can play your one note. Then on your left. Then on your right, you're gonna play your 1, your 3, and your 5 using your first finger on your 1, your third finger on your 3, and on your 5, you're gonna use your 5th finger. Okay? And play them at the same time. Then we're gonna go to the 4th degree of the scale. So 2, 3, 4. So on the left you have that. On the right you have your 4, you have your 6, and you have your 2 with the same fingering. So you have on your 4, you have your first finger. On your 6, I have my 3rd finger. On my 1, I have my 5th finger. Okay? So 1, then 4, and then we go to the 5. So that's our 5. We have, on our right, we have the 5, the 7, and the 2. So we're using the same fingering again. On the 5, we have our thumb. On the 7, I have my 3rd finger. On the 2, I have my 5th finger. Then to the final chord we have is the 6th chord. So we have our 6, then our 1, and our 3, using the same fingering. So we have our 1, our 4, 4th chord, our 5th chord, and our 6th chord. Okay, so be sure to practice that. Okay, okay, so those are the 4 chords that we'll be using. Okay, so let's do a 1, 5, 6, 4 progression to make this more interesting. So a progression, if you don't know, a progression basically means a series of chords played one after the other. So we're going to play a 1, 5, 6, 4 progression, chord progression in that order. A 1 chord, then the 5 chord, then the 6 chord, then the 4 chord. Okay, so we're going to do a 1 chord, a 5 chord, a 6 chord, a 4 chord. Okay, so we have, you can do it as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 5th chord, 6th chord, then a 4th chord. Okay, so make sure you practice that. Then you're back to the 1 chord. Okay, and you can have fun with it. You can be like, then 5, 5, 5, 5, then 6, then 4, back to the 1. And you can practice this in different positions, so I could go to an octave lower. So of course, continue. Then you back to your 1. Alright, so if you're comfortable with this, to have a fuller sound, you can play now the full chord with your left hand. So, okay, and I'm using on the 1 I'm using my pinky, then on the 3 I'm using my 3rd finger, and on the 5 I'm using my 1st finger. Okay, so it sounds fuller compared to that. Okay, then you go to your 4, then you go to your 5, then you go to your 6. Okay, so now you can do the progression again. Okay. Okay, have fun with it. So I'm just playing, the left hand and the right hand, okay? Okay. So that's it for today's lesson, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like the video, hit that subscribe button at the bottom right of your screen, and see you in the next lesson.